This place in which you are now met has been duly sanctioned according to the law for the celebration of marriages, and we are all here today to witness the joining in matrimony of Mark David Carroll and Anna Catarina Martins Ferreira. Well, this is a very special day for Mark and Catarina. For today they've chosen to make a public commitment to each other through vows sincerely made and faithfully kept. And through your presence here, you're expressing your support for them. Marriage in this country means the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. The purpose of marriage is that you may always care for and support each other through every aspect of your lives. It's a decision made by two people to share love, to share friendship, and to show mutual respect. Mark and Catarina, before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and the binding character of the vows which you are about to make. Well, marriage is a desire by two people not only to share themselves and their experiences, but also to accept one another as individuals. Marriage calls for honesty, it calls for patience, and a bit of humour is very useful too. A good partner will be loving and caring, but above all will be your best friend. Now, Mark and Catarina, in a few moments you will need to make a declaration that you're both free to marry, and then a marriage contract. And after you've spoken these words as prescribed in law, you will become husband and wife. So I am going to ask each of you now to make a declaration that you know of no legal reason you should not be married to each other. So Mark, if you're free lawfully to marry, please repeat after me. I declare that I know.
I declare that I know.
Of no legal reason.
Of no legal reason.
Why I, Mark David Carroll.
Why I, Mark David Carroll.
May not be joined in marriage.
May not be joined in marriage.
To Anna Catarina Martins Ferreira.
To Anna Catarina Martins Ferreira.
I declare that I know.
I declare that I know.
Of no legal reason.
Of no legal reason.
Why I, Anna Catarina Martins Ferreira.
Why I, Anna Catarina Martins Ferreira.
May not be joined in marriage.
May not be joined in marriage.
To Mark David Carroll.
To Mark David Carroll.
So, ladies and gentlemen, already the solemn moment has come when Mark and Catarina will make their formal and legal contract. It's the most important part of the marriage ceremony. I'd like to invite the two witnesses, Diana and James, to come and stand alongside our bride and groom, please. And as this is the most important part, could I ask the guests, please, if they're comfortable to do so, please to stand. I, Mark David Carroll.
I, Mark David Carroll.
Take you, Anna Catarina Martins Ferreira.
Take you, Anna Catarina Martins Ferreira.
To be my wedded wife.
To be my wedded wife.
I, Anna Catarina Martins Ferreira.
I, Anna Catarina Martins Ferreira.
Take you, Mark David Carroll.
Take you, Mark David Carroll.
To be my wedded husband.
To be my wedded husband.
That's lovely. Thank you very much. Could I ask the guests and the witnesses to take their seats once again, please? Catarina, as I take you to be my wife.
Catarina, as I take you to be my wife.
I promise to love you.
I promise to love you.
To honour you.
To honour you.
And to respect you.
And to respect you.
I will stand by you.
I will stand by you.
And be true to you always.
And be true to you always.
I will care for you.
I will care for you.
Laugh with you when you're happy.
Laugh with you when you're happy.
Comfort you when you're sad.
Comfort you when you're sad.
Whatever life may bring.
Whatever life may bring.
I will always love you.
I will always love you.
Mark, as I take you to be my husband,
Mark, as I take you to be my husband,
I promise to love you,
I promise to love you,
to honour you,
to honour you,
and to respect you.
and to respect you.
I will stand by you
I will stand by you
and be true to you always.
and be true to you always.
I will care for you,
I will care for you,
laugh with you when you're happy,
laugh with you when you're happy,
comfort you when you're sad.
comfort you when you're sad.
Whatever life may bring,
Whatever life may bring,
I will always love you.
I will always love you.
Catarina, I give you this ring
Catarina, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our marriage.
as a symbol of our marriage.
I promise to be loving,
I promise to be loving,
faithful and loyal to you
faithful and loyal to you
in living our married life together.
in living our married life together.
I'll slip that ring for you. Mark, I give you this ring
Mark, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our marriage.
as a symbol of our marriage.
I promise to be loving,
I promise to be loving,
faithful and loyal to you
faithful and loyal to you
in living our married life together.
in living our married life together.
Because Mark and Catarina, you have both made the declarations prescribed by law, and you've made a solemn and a binding contract with each other here today in the presence of your witnesses, your friends, your family. This is the first day of a new chapter in your lives together, and I am sure that everyone here hopes it will be filled with much love and with much happiness. Therefore, it gives me the greatest of pleasures to say you are now husband and wife. Congratulations. And if you would give a very warm welcome to the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Carroll.
There comes a point in everyone's life where they meet their soulmate. Someone to be there for them always. Someone who will love and cherish them for the rest of their life. And that moment came for Mark 22 years ago when he met the both of us. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Fergus and this is Andy, and together you've all got the pleasure of us being your best men today.
Catarina, you look beautiful today. And of course, no bride would be here without her bridesmaids, Diana and Marta. Thank you for your help, and I know that Catarina has really appreciated everything. Mark, you usually like nothing more than spending the day in loungewear, binge watching Netflix. You've actually scrubbed up alright today. I did have to shave your beard for you though, so thank you for putting in some effort. We've known Mark for over 20 years when we first met at school, and we quickly became best of friends. But it wasn't Mark's great humour, his dazzling personality that won us over. Instead, it was his mum and dad, Jane and Ian. They say if you want an idea about the direction someone is going in life, just take a look at their parents. And we can't think of many better examples than these two.
So if you haven't had a chance to speak to them yet, please find some time to do so later on. You'll be left wondering how two people so lovely ended up with a son like Mark. Mr. and Mrs. Carroll quickly developed the reputation of being the coolest parents at school. A reputation that I'm sure Mark didn't always enjoy. Nothing was better than watching Jane get out the old family photos and watching Ian tuck into a few beers with everyone, embarrassing Mark at one of their famous New Year's Eve parties.
As many of you will know, Mark is a doctor. But what you might not know is that his path to get there wasn't so easy. Mark set himself up to fail from the very beginning, when he decided he wanted to become a geography teacher. After he realised he was rubbish at colouring in, and that his geography A-level wasn't any good, and whilst we went off to enjoy ourselves at university, Mark made the huge decision to go back to school to redo his A-levels. What that meant in reality was Mark spent his life savings on train tickets to come see us at university, drinking quad vods for breakfast. You heard that right, he didn't always use the peak after 3 drinks. And for those of you that don't quite know what a quad vod is, meet us at the bar later. Not only did he go back to sixth form, but he moonlighted by mopping up bodily fluids at the local hospital to gain more experience so he could get into medical school.
And that's when Mark moved to Leicester. Now I know there's a few people here tonight who have lived in Leicester at some point, so I don't want to upset anyone. It's a really lovely place. Most of our memories of trips to Leicester to see Mark involved curries that were too hot for us, far too many beers, and some absolutely atrocious hangovers. And that's before we even get on to the state of some of Mark's student digs. But something incredible did come out of Leicester. No, I'm not talking about the greatest football season of all time, but of course, it was when Mark met Catarina. It was love at first sight.
But then again, Mark did get Catarina blind drunk on cocktails on their first date, so that probably helped. After all, they do say love is blind. So Mark and Catarina have been living together for a while now and bought a house in Chelmsford a couple of years ago. Since then, Mark's dad has renovated the place and they're the proud parents to Lenny and Kenny. And we also got to learn how stressed out Mark gets when he hasn't showered for 2 weeks. Mark, Fergus and I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for building a driving range in your garden. Now, we couldn't make this speech without any mention of the stag do. For those of you there, thank you for making it a great time. I do hope the hangover was enjoyable. And who knew how hilly London is and how unfit we all are. But as Mark kept saying, what happens on the stag stays on the stag, right? One thing to mention though, is it's quite clear Mark's golf lessons he's been having are a complete waste of money.
But enough about the stag do, Andy. Let's talk about the happy couple again. If anyone's had a tough couple of years, it's been these two. Working in incredibly hard conditions, both getting COVID, but saving lives. But the best thing is that they've been there for each other, and we've been in awe as we've watched their love for each other grow even stronger during that time. Unfortunately, Mark has had COVID about 19 times. He has not stopped moaning about it. Catarina, on the other hand, well, I literally just found out this morning that she's had COVID as well, and I think that sums up the difference between these two really nicely.
So after 2 years that we've all had, how amazing is it to have such a brilliant international day together? Why you've all decided to come to a wedding in Essex for it though, I'm not so sure. But I'm sure you agree, Catarina and Mark have planned an amazing day today. And speaking of international, we want to extend our welcome to Catarina's family and friends, including her mum and dad, Maria and Mario from Portugal. Before we finish up, as you all look very thirsty, and there's some large glasses there, a first toast to family. Saúde, família.
Saúde, família. Talking about family, both Andy and I are honestly so proud and honoured to be standing here today alongside our good friend Mark. There are few people that we know that you can count on like this guy. He's always been there for us when we need him, a permanent fixture in our lives for the last 2 decades, and we couldn't have imagined it without you. As our friend Dominic Toretto once said, no matter where you are, whether it's a quarter mile away or halfway around the world, you'll always be family. In fact, I remember your dad once proudly proclaiming to me, and then straight away afterwards to Andy, that we were like the sons he never had. It was possibly after one too many beers at one of those famous parties. I'm not quite sure that's what you meant, Ian, but I think you were definitely onto something.
I still can't believe Mark wanted to become a geography teacher, to be honest. But I think we all know that sometimes life doesn't always turn out exactly how you planned it. And sometimes just sometimes, it turns out better. You know, Mark, I think there's a reason you're not teaching geography right now. Because you belong here, in this life, with that incredible woman sitting next to you. Can we please raise a glass to our two beautiful friends, to Mark and Catarina? Thank you.
So I want to take you back to late 2014. Just picture this, I was an enthusiastic new doctor working in Leicester when across the ward I locked eyes with my future wife. I knew in that instance, not that we were going to get married, but that I was about to be given lots of work to do. And of course several drug charts were then thrust in my direction. Fast forward to our first date, where I was left waiting for over an hour for her to arrive. Some sort of taxi mishap that's still under debate to this day. But it's fine, there was something about her I couldn't shake, and something continues to this day. So after we were dating for a little while, I remember started to tell some of my friends about her. They couldn't believe that I'd met such a wonderful person. In fact, some of them thought she couldn't be real and was in fact some legless mythical creature, like a mermaid, for example. But over time, Catarina met all my friends who welcomed her, witnessed her ability to walk on land, and made her feel as if she had gained many new friends herself. We couldn't be more grateful for all your continued love and support, and we hope you will be in our lives for many years to come. After a few months of dating, it was time to meet the parents. I knew this could be a stressful situation, and so I wanted to create an environment where Catarina would feel ease and be at home. So we decided to meet at Nando's. A tradition that we've kept going to this day. But on a serious note, we'd like to thank my parents for all their support, help and love over the last 8 years. We love you very much. To my new family, Senora Maria, Marta and Gonzalo. I know it must have been hard for you when Catarina moved to the UK, but I'm forever grateful that she did. I promised to learn some Portuguese to find out some more embarrassing stories of Catarina from when she was younger. We want to thank you for travelling all this way to be here with us today, and I look forward to getting to know you all better in the future. To my wife Catarina, there is nothing I can say that will convey my love for you or the happiness you bring me. I am so excited for our future together. Catarina, thank you for being the amazing person that you are. I would happily wait for you for an hour on any of our future dates. Sometimes I have to anyway, after the third outfit change. I know that together there is nothing we can't do, and I love you more and more each day. Finally, my wife and I would like to thank all of you for joining us on our special day. Thank you to those who have travelled far. We know it hasn't been easy, but we wouldn't have wanted this day any other way. So I'll raise a toast to everyone. Cheers everyone, thank you all for coming.